Well, hello random YouTube people. Are you like me and have some wasps making some nests in your house in places that you don't want them to? You can see at my house we have some brick pillars in the porch area, and the wasps are making nests up there. So when we sit on the bench, all we see are wasps flying everywhere. Not to worry, in this video I'm going to show you how I was able to close off the gap where the nests were being made. Don't go anywhere. Cue those video titles.
Subscribe.
Now before I start, if I happen to use the word bee, don't come trolling in the comments. You know that I'm talking about wasps. As I was mowing the lawn, I was noticing a lot of wasps, and when I looked up, I saw this big grouping of them right at my porch. And we've always seen wasps flying around this area, and now I know where they're coming from. I know I need to close this gap, but in order to get up there to work in that area without getting stung, I need to try to get rid of the hornets as best as I can before I start working in that area. I have another video about wasp trap sticks, and they work great, but I wasn't collecting enough wasps soon enough. I wanted to get this issue figured out. When my son gets bit by a mosquito, the area swells up really big, and we know his great-grandpa has an EpiPen against wasps, and so we don't want to find out if my son has the same issue. So we need to get these wasps out of here. So I'm going to first use a wasp and hornet spray. So I have these weep holes in my brick and in the eaves over my porch. And there has been a lot of wasps that have been collecting over here. I just sprayed them, and you can see that tons and tons of bees have fallen out all over the ground. I'm using my wasp trap stick, but so far they have been avoiding this. I just put this up not very long ago, so that doesn't surprise me either. But this new product really does spray very well. I'm going to link that in the description of the video. And here's that product from Wonderside. It's a wasp and hornet porch and patio wasp killer. Kills on contact and is safe around children and pets. So you can see that it does certainly kill on contact. I've gotten a lot of these wasps just by a couple sprays in those eaves, those little weep holes. And there's quite a lot over here as well that have fallen down. So I would recommend this product. It's actually the cheapest thing I could find on Amazon at the time of recording this video. So this actually does really pretty dang good. This will also spray up to 15 feet, if I could focus. Let's get a good look at that. So here's my porch, and I'm quite a ways away from it. And let's try to get those weep holes from all the way over here. If I can push the button right. Left-handed attempt. So you can see it totally reaches over there, no problem. So you can stay away from getting stung, but still apply your wasp and hornet spray. But what do we do about these open holes? I'm going to show you a product called a weep guard that I'm going to install here so that the bees cannot get into this crack any longer. So I got two different products I'm going to try to cover the crack up there so the bees don't go in there and create hives anymore. So the first product are these. So this can fold and bend, and you can shove it down into the hole or the crack. And I'm not sure if that's going to be easier than the other product that I got, which is right here. Now this one has a little mesh or metal mesh sections that you can also bend and shove into the hole. So this one comes with some gloves as well as a tool to help you shove those down the crack. So let's see which one of these works better. This kind. Now this has a lot less entryway. These holes are much smaller, so bees and things are really not going to get past these. This is a little bit bigger. Granted, the holes are still small. If I can hold on to it. And when you fold it down, the bees probably still won't be able to get through into this. So this will let water flow out, but keep bees out. I also got a third option I'm going to try. This is basically like steel wool that you can just shove into the cracks as well. Let's open it up and see. So you can see this is like a steel wool kind of product. So you can stick this in the cracks, and bees are definitely not going to get past this. So I might use this for the other cracks that are a little further up, like these ones here, instead of the ones right here. but we're going to try all 3 products. All right, so the first thing I wanted to point out is this wasp trap stick did not catch any wasps. Oh, they caught one just now. I didn't see the other side, so I guess there are a couple. But this thing got the spray that I sprayed to go into the hole here, the wasp spray, got onto this part and dripped onto this. And I think that's the reason why it hasn't attracted very many bees. But it does look like it has gotten some. That one just barely got stuck, it looks like. So I'm going to move this out of the way so we can have some room to work here. And I'm going to start with the kind that looks like this. Just need to get it unwrapped and then use my tool to shove it in the hole. That's what she said. Now I was originally thinking of doing it like this and having 2 next to each other and just bend it so they both go down the hole. But this is about the same width that I need. So I'm actually going to try to just push this in like this. I don't want to scratch this part of the metal here. So I'm going to try to pre-bend it a little bit off camera because I can't do this and hold the camera and bend it at the same time with one hand. So this is basically what I'm going to do is use this tool to push this in the hole, but it looks like it still leaves too big of an opening on one side. Actually on both sides. So maybe I do need to do it the other way where I have 2 next to each other to try to fill that gap. So I'm trying it like this with 2 stacked on top of each other, enough to fill the gap there. But this is actually pretty difficult to push here, so it's going to take a lot of persuasion. So it seemed like at first it was going to be really nice, but since I have to double up, it's not really going very well. But I'll keep you posted. There we go. So here we go. Pushing it in the crack. All right. So now I'm going to get the other one and try to fill this hole over here with it. All right. So now I have 2 stacked on top of each other. That's covering a lot of the gap. I wish I could get a better close-up of that. The way the camera sits on this phone isn't letting me get up that high to show you. But you can see they were kind of overlapped, but in the end they kind of didn't fill the full space. So if I had 2 hands and wasn't recording, maybe I could have done a much better job. But on this side, we're going to try the other version. Let's go. On this other side here, there is no gap, which is awesome. But over here, we definitely have a gap. And I know that bees are coming out of this one. So I'm going to use these kind and try it. It's the same thing. I'm going to have to bend it to fit. These ones have bigger gaps. So I like these because there's definitely fewer gaps here. But on this side, I'm going to try this one. So I've got it started. I'm going to try to pound that in there. Again, that's what she said. Those jokes come through all the time when you're doing DIY kind of jobs. But I'm going to try to push that in there. I might have to get some kind of device, like a small hammer or something, to try to get this in the hole. But you see, when I stack them on top of each other, it does make the holes a lot smaller. This will still let water flow out as a drain if it needs to, but prevent large insects from getting inside. I think that's as close as I'm going to get. I can't get any further in the hole. That's what she said. But I went in and I pushed this a little further in on accident. I'm going to put some on the other side, and I'm going to try going in like this side. I don't really like the look of that. It's more noticeable, but it's definitely going to stop the bees from getting in. Wasps. So like I said, I'm going to try to go in this side, or this way this time, and see if that fits and looks better. Well, that didn't work as well as I was hoping. I'd have to try that again. This was a little bit easier to push in, but I do not like the look of it as it sticks out the other side. This one's much darker, matches it's going to go more unseen, but this seemed to be easier to push in. Maybe this is a bigger hole than this one. All right, I flipped it around, and man, that looks so much nicer than this. Get a little distance. So yeah, this is very noticeable, or this blends in a little bit more. So for that reason, I like this one better. Let's try the steel wool now. All right, I tore a little bit off the roll. I'm going to use this little spatula tool that came with the other kit to try to push these up into this crack here so that the wasps, I said it right, the wasps can't get in and out of this area. This is kind of nice because you can't really see it. But once it's beyond the edge, I don't know if I'm filling the crack fully or if I'm just pushing it into an area that's not. So I can't tell now, really. You can see that it's a little out of the way. But this one, I can for sure see that it's filling the crack. This one I can't quite 100% tell. And I don't want the little fibers hanging out either. So this is just a hope it works kind of thing. Because now that it's in there, I don't know if it went up and over or if it's hanging in there, and bees can still find a way in and out. I can't really verify that the crack is 100% filled here, but I'm going to keep trying. You know, I could always stuff more in the crack. I would just have to buy more, of course. This is quite a big roll, but I'm going to try to go around the edge here. So my initial thought on this was it's nice and easy, but I can't tell 100% if it's filling the crack or not. Well, we've got a wasp friend. Looks like he's trying to tell me to go away. Well, I'm preventing him from coming back here and try to find somewhere else to go. So I got a long piece. Oh, here he comes back. Ooh. It's flying all around me. So I took a measurement. I just did about the whole length of this column here, which should match the other side. This is a square. So I'm going to start shoving it in the hole. I don't like all these little dangling fibers. You can see I didn't quite get this side. I might cut another piece off. But once I push it in, I really just can't verify if it's going to do what I want it to do. It's much easier to install than the others, that's for sure. All right, I got it most of the way. I think there must be some kind of screw right there because I cannot push it up beyond there. But if I go from this angle, you still can't really tell. So that's our still wool kind, this big thick metal kind, and our other. I think so far out of all of them, I like the look of this one best. The installation of this was much easier, but it doesn't go all the way in. It sticks out a little bit, which is not very attractive. This is the best looking, but it's the hardest to tell whether or not it actually works. Well, we've got quite a lot of wasps circling around. Got that guy. Got him. But I've seen quite a lot of wasps. None of them tried to come out while I was putting that in, but there seems to be a lot now flying around this area. So I guess we'll see if there's a problem. So I took the shiny metal version out and put in the darker, more narrow or more dense mesh version. So of all of these different kinds, this rodent still wool barrier, this big, the metal kind, and these thinner, darker gray mesh kind, I like that kind the best of all three of these. But it's going to come down to your house, the different sizes of your weep holes that you might have, and which one works best for you. But this is the one that I chose to go with. I think it looks nice and sharp. And that, random YouTube people, is just how easy it is to close off these weep holes so that wasps can't get in and build nests inside your house. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. If you find my content relatable or informative, please give this video some kind of interaction, such as smashing that like button, commenting, and sharing this video with all of your friends. This helps the YouTube algorithms know how to share my content with other random people just like you. And to be sure you don't miss out on future bodacious content,
Subscribe.
subscribe.